will be very easy for anyone to cope up with you in one way or the other. So besides that particular one, now markets open at 8:15 a.m. and close at 3:15 p.m. East African Standard Time. These markets are closed during weekends and during public holidays, but the other days they are open for you to definitely invest in government bonds that you wish to invest with a minimum of 15,000 Ugandan shillings. Definitely Zabu says my money, my future. So let your money count. And then also powered by Altex East Africa, which says do something new. And wishing you a happy new month is definitely what we're doing here. But remember, today is the 1st of December, which is the World's International AIDS Day. And the celebrations for this particular year are under the theme, Rock the Ribbon. Now, the National AIDS Trust is committed to stopping new cases of HIV. Like I did mention before the break, that President Museveni in 2017 did launch an initiative to ensure that the spread of HIV/AIDS is prevented and curbed down by 2030. However, the figures are still worrying, but that is something that we should be working upon, not only in Kampala, but other areas around the country and across East Africa as well. For those watching from Kenya, habari ya leo, and those from Tanzania, habari ya leo. Hope you are okay. We are SMART24 TV, driving your business, and this particular situation is taking us to our topic of discussion. The in focus this morning is basically on the computation of income tax on business income. My guest this morning is Twaha Kayondo Mulangira, who is the domestic taxes officer from the Uganda Revenue Authority. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Joram, and dear viewers at SMART24 TV. A very good morning.
Okay.
Of course, I can't go without saying that it's a World International AIDS Day.
Okay.
And then I have to appeal to all the fair Ugandans and the fair men to control, because everything is in our hands. Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, besides that, if we're to look at, according to the Income Tax Act Cap of Act Cap 340, a tax to be known as income tax shall be charged for each year of income and is imposed on every person who has chargeable income for their year of income.
Definitely, yes.
Now, if you to briefly take us through that before we go into understanding what business income is.
When you look at the laws of Uganda,
okay,
you cannot administer tax, you cannot levy taxes as URA from the individuals who are taxable without having the law that mandates you and that puts that specific tax in question legal. So it's the reason you're quoting Cap 340 of the Income Tax Act, where we derive the powers to administer taxes and levy income tax from all the individuals whose income is not exempted.
Okay.
And this income is derived for the year of income. When we talk about the year of income, it means that we look at a specific time period. It is not indefinite.
Okay.
Definitely, we look at, say, a financial year of government that starts on the 1st of July and ends on the 30th of June. That becomes the year of income in question. Okay? For that individual who earns that income in that specific period of time, that's when we shall come and say, hey, at URA, you earned so much, and you expensed so much, and also you give what belongs to Caesar. Yes.
Okay. And briefly now, as we're looking at computation of income tax on business income, basically here, one would wish to know, what is business income from the revenue side?
Business income is that income that is derived by an individual or a non-individual, be a company, be an estate of the late, be a trustee that does business with the purpose and the sole aim of earning profit. So whatever income is earned by that specific individual or person, which is either a living person or a non-living person. When we talk about a non-living person, we're talking about a company like SMART24. It's business. So it earns income which is taxable under the laws of Uganda, and it's classified as business income.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you look at that, that means if I have my business, then the money that I get through it, or whether the losses or profits, is that?
Yes. When you look at business income is broad.
Okay.
It looks at the gains and losses. Okay.
Okay.
When, say, you're disposing of company assets.
Okay.
If you gain, when you're disposing of, say, cameras of SMART24, it is classified as business income, because you've disposed of your assets. Even when you make a loss, it is factored in when we are going to compute income tax.
Okay.
You can also look at the income received from the sale and disposal of trading stock.
Okay.
Say you are Carrefour and you have stock.
Okay.
So the moment you go on selling of your stock, you are earning income. So such amounts are factored in when we are discussing what constitutes business income. Of course, the value of gifts derived by a person in the course of a past or present or prospective business relation. In the event that you get a gift in the course of business, okay, it is put and termed under business income. Okay. Of course, if you look at the interest derived from payables in trade, could be banking and money lending, and the interest you get out of money lent is also tagged under business income. Then you realize that if someone earns income, could be, say, SMART24 TV, which accepts to be restricted to their rights to broadcast certain events by a bigger player in the market, could be BBC. Okay? The amounts of income that will be earned by SMART24 as a direct benefit, the restrictive covenant that bars them to go and play into a specific field in the media, say football broadcasting, if you had the rights and then you barred but you paid in response to that, we also term that as business income, because you've earned business, you've earned income, and this income is coming as a result of your primary business objective. That's why the other person is coming in to out-compete you, put curtains on you, and then he shines, but you've earned.
Okay.
Yes.
Looking at through the tax obligations now.
Yes.
What are the tax obligations of a person with business income?
Dear viewers, this is very good to answer.
Okay.
Because we are here to make our clients be compliant.
Okay.
And to be compliant, you must know what are your obligations.
Okay.
The tax obligations for someone, could be a company or an individual, are basically one. Okay. You first have to register for taxes.
Okay.
And what constitutes registering for taxes? Of late, at URA, we are going more digital, and we want to be more supportive to businesses. Previously, you would apply for a TIN and it takes days, and the process of application was tedious. Okay. At one point, someone would joke saying that the process of acquiring a TIN is an equivalent to the process someone goes through life. Like you asked if you're Christian, you go for baptism, then catechism, then all those processes. But now we have made this simple. We have the instant TIN application, where you can access your TIN, where you can apply for a TIN, and you get it instantly within a click and a blink of an eye.
The instant TIN
application.
Okay.
In 3 minutes, the moment you have the following things as an individual.
Okay.
Of course, you must be having a national ID, because we want to categorically classify you as you. And that means you must have the NIN. If you're a woman, it starts with citizen female.
Okay.
And then the year of
the
birth.
CF.
CF. And then if you're a man, citizen male. The moment you have that, you will key it in on our portal,
Okay.
the website for URA. Then you go to e-services, and then you click the instant TIN application.
Okay.
It will open, and then you will key in your NIN. The moment you key in your NIN, most of the other fields will be auto-populated because we have your data with us.
Okay.
We partnered with NIRA, and we can access your data. So we don't need you to fill your names, fill your these. The moment you put in your NIN and confirm the date of birth, and we confirm it is you, you will have key in the type of business you're doing, and then you submit.
Okay.
At submission, in about a few seconds, you receive your TIN on the primary email issued, and then the TIN and the phone number, because there are fields where we require you to put your personal phone number. We shall send you the digits, the 10 working digits that are characteristic of a tax identification number right away.
Okay.
After that, you realize that to be compliant, you have the obligation to keep proper accounting records.
Okay.
Proper business records. When we talk about proper business records here, we are talking about what have you purchased, the purchases list. We talk about the sales in a specific day. We are talking about the expenses. You've paid so much to your employees. We are talking about the expenses incurred in deriving this income.
Okay.
They should be properly kept with the evidence, such that at one point when you are filing your returns and the revenue person or the officer queries an expense, because you can expense fuel, you use it to go to a burial of a friend in Mbarara in your V8 at 1 million, which is not directly linked to the business. So as long as you have supportive documents, and these come as a result of proper keeping of business records.
Proper. You see, when we talk about the proper keeping of business records here, what does your aim need? Because before the issue to do with the IFRIS came in, for example, with retail shops, supermarkets, most people were using auditors.
Yes.
Some of those auditors were actually from URA.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Some were coming in as auditors after a month.
Okay.
To audit the business and all that, the business records, but it looked to be a tedious situation back in the time.
Yes.
But when you look at this current situation, do you feel all businesses should now turn to use of machines to make it easier? Because either way, they're still going to give you some false information.
Joram,
if they choose to hide it.
Joram and the viewers, we have to get this clear.
Okay.
Automation is the ideal.
Okay.
And like it or not, as time is going, you've brought in the issue of EFRIS. For example, EFRIS helps businesses to keep records. The records are kept by the system, so you don't need to have this business where you have a sales ledger, where you have an expense ledger, you know. But even then, when we are talking about, say, small business taxpayers, okay, who may want to be compliant and they are keeping their records. You know, when you keep records, it is also an advantage that aids you. If you wanted to go and acquire a bank loan to expand your business, they will ask you, want to see how your transactions are moving, to form a basis of your creditworthiness. Because the banks and other financial institutions can't give money to someone who is not able to pay back. And what proves that you're able to pay are the records you've
kept with for your business.
For example, you can't tell me, you can't say you expense to a tune of, say, 15 millions on salaries, and when I ask for the payroll schedule as your business records, it's nowhere.
Okay.
Because it forms evidence that yes, Joram and Company Limited paid its workers so much in this month. So the payee schedule should be there as evidence that will back your expense on employees. Because remember, when as we shall go further, Joram, you will realize that when we are computing business income, the allowable deductions are expenses which are incurred in respect to deriving that income. And this is employees, because employees are workers of this business. So the amounts of money incurred on them as salaries are allowable deductions to reduce the amounts of tax or to reduce your profitability that culminates into the percentage of tax to pay. For instance, if you earn, say, 40 millions, okay, the expenses on employees' salaries will be allowed as deductions because you expensed it in the process of deriving this income. Say if you expensed 10 millions, you will be allowed to deduct it from the 40. But what makes this? The evidence.
Okay.
And what makes the evidence is the proper business records.
Okay.
After keeping proper business records, Joram and viewers at SMART24,
okay,
you realize that these other records are going to aid you to file proper and accurate but also timely tax returns. Say if it is VAT, okay, you're supposed to file VAT every 15th of the month following the month within which the transactions have been incurred. Say now we are in December, today is 1st.
Yes.
By the 15th of December,
yes,
all the transactions, all the supplies that were made by a taxable person who is registered for VAT purposes must be filed before midnight on the 15th. What will aid them do this? They have had the records. Okay? They have had the records. If you are talking about pay as you earn, the pay schedule will aid you to file the return of the salaries paid to the employees of SMART24 TV in the month of November before the due date, which is 15th of December, before midnight.
Okay.
If we are looking at an individual, for example, an individual is supposed to file provisional returns for income tax purposes and then final income tax returns. These are all derived from the business records that someone has kept. An individual is supposed to file a provisional return, say, after 3 months or by the 3rd month, by the 30th of the 3rd month, following the commencement of the fiscal year or the the financial year. For example, if Joram or Twaha in person has personal business, which is not a company, I am obliged, I should have filed my provisional return by the 30th
of this month
of September.
Okay.
A provisional return is filed by the 30th date or by the last date of the 3rd month following the start of the financial year. And in this question, the financial year starts on 1st July, which is the 1st month.
Yes.
2nd July becomes the 2nd month. I mean 2nd August. Then September 3rd. So by the last date of September, I should have filed my individual return. And then the final return is required to be filed by the last date or within 6 months following the lapse of the financial year. What does this mean? Viewers, this means that the normal accounting period for government is 1st July to 30th June.
Okay.
Say this financial year in question commenced on the 1st of July 2022. And we have moved, this is going to be the 6th month, okay?
Of the
financial year. Since it is the 6th month of the financial year, a provisional return is required to be filed by a non-individual, say a company,
okay,
which is a limited company, by the 31st of December. So dear viewers and listeners, this is just to remind them that if they have companies, they should not be caught off guard by the taxman, because by the 31st of December,
okay,
companies provisional returns will be due, and the final returns for the accounting period that ended 30th June 2022 will also be due by the 31st of December.
All right, we'll go in for a short commercial break. When we return, we continue with our competition of income tax on business income. That is our topic here this particular morning, Thursday. And of course, every single Thursday here on the show, we shall be having someone from the taxman, that is the Uganda Revenue Authority, to give us more on the issues to do with tax mobilization, and as well as understanding more of the scope of the taxes and how best you can contribute to revenue and the growth of the economy. When we return, among the other key things that we're going to be talking about includes how taxes determine for you, a business owner out there. Stick around to SMART24 TV. Smart Means Business still continues here.